Hey YouTube, welcome back to the Let's Play of ActRaiser. We just beat the final boss of the game, Tanzra, so let's watch the closing credits. Sir Firewizard 23, you have been a tireless master. With this, our current duties are complete. We have labored long and hard to help our people become free. I do feel a bit of regret that they will... I think it's supposed to be no longer need our help, not on longer need our help. Bit of a typo there. Let's take one last look at each of the thriving towns we helped develop. Should be not developed. This is Fillmore. Look how the people cleared and cultivated the land and constructed a prospering town. Oh yes, one of the men of Fillmore had the ability to predict the future. His ability helped save Fillmore. He finally gave his life for his town. I'm sure he expected that final fate. From birth, all people are guided by a force called destiny. Because people are unaware of their destiny, they may not understand all that life has to offer. The man who quietly accepts his destiny is also the one who becomes a great leader and person. Kind of a cool way to think about things. This is Bloodpool. The lake has already returned to its beautiful blue color. Oh yes, there was an energetic boy named Teddy. Sir Firewizard 23 and I are supposed to treat all people equally. But since he was such a likable young boy, he received much of our attention. Oh, do you remember the people of Bloodpool had to draw lots to decide who was to be sacrificed? At the time, I didn't tell you, but I knew whose lot was drawn. It was Teddy's. I think they actually told us that. Didn't they? Check the video on that. I think they actually did say it was Teddy. This is the desert town, Cassandra. Now there is very little evidence of the once massive desert. People said they were drawn into the pyramid by its magical powers. But should we believe this? The monsters living in the pyramid were nothing more than reincarnates of the humans, slaves who built the pyramid. Their spirits remained, drawing people's minds to the pyramid. Now the pyramid is sealed and their souls saved. They will be reborn as human beings. This is the volcanic town, Ayatus. I was so impressed by these people, who tried to build homes in spite of the continuous lava flow. Their leader passed from this life right before your very eyes. I am certain he dedicated his whole life to informing people of your existence. hope Ayatos would become a beautiful town, representative of his great spirit. This is the jungle town, Marana. I think that's supposed to be my. Oh, it is my. They have built so many homes on such a small island. Felt very sad when the town's two leaders were tempted by the wicked mirror. I don't recall a mirror. But humans being have a tendency to choose the easier way when faced with difficulty. Having seen the people's weakness, I felt obligated to lead them in the right direction. Listen up, folks. A lot of philosophy going on here. This is the last of our lands, Northwall. I felt a little guilty about letting people live in such a cold climate. But they successfully overcame many problems. Their two leaders were telling us that when they found the two initials on the mighty tree, they felt a certain affection toward what or who had left the initials. I think those two leaders were sweethearts who had lived here long ago, but were killed by monsters. Aw, that sucks. Their spirits have since come to dwell in these bodies. If my story is correct, the sweethearts have finally reunited after a long separation. Even though they don't remember, isn't it a beautiful story? This being so, it seems your people, as well as yourself, have had hard times. So far, I was at 23. Why don't we take a look inside the shrine? But when we look, there's no one there. There's no one here. In former times, people would call for you and ask for your help. As cultures and lands become more advanced, do people tend to forget those who help them? But then, people may be most happy when not in need of help from others, from their master, or when they have forgotten him. Should we yearn for a time when people will no longer need to ask for our help? This is something the second ActRaiser game does too. Just really presents, and we kind of zip off from the whole planet, the whole landscape. It's something that I think is really kind of an interesting philosophical discussion. You know, does life get to such a point where they don't does life get to a point, technologically speaking, that people don't want to that they lose faith in religion? I mean, I think it's a really kind of interesting philosophical discussion. Well, I hate to make another video for this, but I think I just might have to. Okay, yeah, you know what? I'll make another video. So I'll see you in the next part, folks. To where we finish up the ending. See you then.